Imagine hundreds of student rooms sitting empty, a stark contrast to the bustling campuses we're used to. This is the reality facing Empiric Student Property, a major player in the UK student accommodation market. Just months after confidently predicting near full occupancy, they're grappling with a significant drop in Chinese student enrollment, leaving them with a surprising number of vacant beds. But here's where it gets interesting: this isn't just about Empiric. It's a symptom of a larger trend that's sending ripples through the entire student housing sector. Could this be a sign of shifting tides in the lucrative world of student rentals? Earlier this year, Empiric assured investors and Unite Group, a rival in the midst of acquiring them, that they were on track to fill a whopping 97% of their 7,685 beds for the new academic year. Fast forward to September, and the reality is a sobering 89%. Company leaders point to a last-minute slowdown in bookings, but the question lingers: why the sudden change? Empiric pins the blame on a broader market trend, and they're not alone. Unite Group, despite its own ambitious targets, fell short, filling only 95% of its beds. Interestingly, while Unite saw a dip in UK student bookings, Empiric's woes stem from a decline in Chinese students, who traditionally make up a significant chunk of their clientele, sometimes even exceeding a third. Duncan Garrett, Empiric CEO, cautiously attributes this drop to the murky waters of geopolitics. Earlier predictions suggested the UK's higher education sector might benefit from the US-China trade tensions. But could these very tensions now be deterring Chinese students from choosing UK universities? It's a provocative thought, and one that sparks debate. This unexpected vacancy crisis has investors on edge, reflected in Unite's share price dip of 0.7% on Monday. This ripple effect extends to Empiric, whose shares are tied to Unite's through the ongoing acquisition. The merger, poised to make Unite the undisputed kingpin of student housing in the UK, is currently under scrutiny by the Competition and Markets Authority. While approval seems likely, the timing couldn't be more intriguing. Unite, known for catering to first-year students, recognized the potential in Empiric's focus on older students and postgraduates. Joe Lister, Unite's CEO, acknowledged the missed opportunity of retaining students beyond their freshman year, a gap Empiric successfully filled with its Hello Student brand. The merger, if approved, would create a student housing giant catering to a wider spectrum of student needs. But the challenges go beyond individual companies. The entire student housing market is experiencing a slowdown after a post-COVID boom. Landlords, accustomed to full houses and rising rents, are now facing a more cautious student population. Data from StuRents, the go-to platform for student rentals, confirms a slower uptake in most university towns. Empiric itself has felt the pinch in cities like Nottingham, Sheffield, and Glasgow, where a surge in new student accommodation has created a local oversupply. Despite the challenges, Empiric managed a 4.5% rent increase, though a far cry from the 9.3% and 7% hikes of previous years. Unite's share price, down over a third in the past year, reflects not only slowing rental growth and occupancy rates but also deeper concerns about the long-term demand for university education. Are we witnessing a fundamental shift in the student housing landscape? Changes to visa regulations for international students, including restrictions on bringing dependents, might be playing a role. Domestically, the allure of higher earnings with a degree is being challenged by a steadily rising minimum wage, potentially making university a less attractive investment for some UK students. With the national minimum wage poised to reach £12.70 per hour, the financial gap between graduates and non-graduates is narrowing. This raises a crucial question: is the traditional path of university followed by a well-paid job becoming less guaranteed? The future of student housing is at a crossroads. Will the market adapt to these changing dynamics, or will we see a continued decline in demand? One thing is certain: the days of guaranteed full occupancy and skyrocketing rents seem to be fading. The student housing sector needs to rethink its strategies to attract a new generation of students facing a very different set of choices.